Okay.
So today, I want to go ahead and show you some of the items that we'll use for taking our high dynamic range photographs. And the most important element that we have, actually there's two elements. One is a really sturdy tripod. And so, especially like even today, it's a little bit breezy, and we need a great support system so that our images will align. So we're going to go ahead, get your sturdiest tripod that you'll use, and we'll go ahead and set that up in just a minute. Now, we'll talk about cameras in the program, but honestly, you'll need some kind of DSLR that will do bracketing. Now, it isn't an absolute necessary that you do have a camera that will bracket. You can do it manually. It's just that most DSLRs today will go ahead and do an automatic bracket. So you'll want to find on your camera where you can go ahead and bracket. And we'll talk about that also during the program, and possibly have, we'll use several cameras for examples. This is a Nikon D200, and it has, it brackets at one stop. If you can bracket at two, that's even better. But it will make 9 exposures, 9 bracketed exposures, 4 up, 4 down, and then 1 in the center. So we're going to use our lowest ISO, which is 100. For outdoor, especially when we're out in the Badlands here. Other items that are great, if you can, is that I like to carry a light meter, just so that I don't have to use the meter in the camera. I'll use an incident light meter, especially outside. We'll go ahead and make sure that our ISO is 100, and choose the right mode. Obviously today at 100, the Sunny 16 rule is f16 at 100, and we're right on. We might go ahead and put it at, I believe, f18 at 100, just because it is just a little bit more than bright and sunny today. So, also an item that you might want to carry is a little gray card, and we have one of the PhotoVision little pocket calibrators, and we'll go ahead and take a photograph of that to start. I'm just going to hold it out. I do have a wide angle lens, and I do really prefer wide angles for this type of work, but we'll just hold it out there just about like that in our scene and in the sun, and go ahead and expose that. So after that's exposed, we're pretty much set, and we'll go ahead and go around and make some photographs, and you can go ahead and cut that.
Okay.
So you'll notice that I've reversed my hat so I can see through my viewfinder, but we've got an awesome day here. If you want to go ahead and pan, you'll just see the phenomenal clouds that we've got here. Also, where we're at, you know, we really like to, if we can, go ahead and do a foreground object, middle ground, and then our background. So we're going to go ahead and try, just for a couple here, to just do a shot right here, and then we can include it in the show possibly. We're going to make sure that our camera's bracketed. We're going to use 5 exposure bracket here, which will be at 1 stop intervals. We'll go ahead and have 2 stops up, 2 stops down, 1 in the center. So once again, Sunny 16 rule, we're at f18 at 100. Our ISO is 100. We're going to go ahead and compose the shot, and if you listen, you'll go ahead and hear the camera click 5 times. Now, I do want to make one point here, that I like to have my camera in manual rather than aperture priority, shutter priority, and you want to do a couple things. Manual is great. It's kind of like using a view camera. You want to make sure that your auto focus is off. because you don't want it in between exposures to be changing the focus. You wouldn't want to use aperture priority because then it would go ahead and it would have some depth of field problems as it went back and forth to choose a different aperture. So we're using either shutter priority or manual, and I'm going to go ahead and use manual, and then I know exactly what I'm doing and exactly the exposure that I've got, and I don't have to worry about little problems like that. Also, one other thing on your camera is usually there's a single exposure and multiple exposure. You want to make sure that you're in the multi-exposure mode. So let's go ahead and do one more right here. I'm going to choose another foreground object. I'm going to choose this little bush right here. So let's go ahead and get a foreground object. We'll lower our tripod just a bit. I feel like I'm working at an outdoor magazine or something. So we'll go ahead, we'll choose this little, and we'll try to get as many clouds in as we can. Let's do a vertical composition here. Some nice clouds. Manual focus, once again. And listen to the camera. Once again, as steady as I can. Awesome. Okay, that's all there is to it. Go ahead and